the idea of what's going on in Africa, which seems so far away, in fact, is actually something that our children are going to have to face if we don't face it for them, if we don't look at a whole generation of kids that are born with disease, a generation of kids that are born into extreme poverty. And the challenge for us is when we realize that there's actually tangible things we can give, that we can do, that don't change our lives, don't inconvenience us, that will make a huge difference. Starting last year, we started giving shoes with Tom's Shoes. We had a company that said, I've got a business model. I can give shoes every time I sell a pair. It's such a cool idea, and it's such a challenge for us to say, okay, if you can build into your business giving, think of other things you can do. And thanks to people like you guys all over the country, thousands of shoes were donated because individuals bought one pair of shoes at a time. One pair of shoes at a time. I can talk. So the walks have grown because of you guys, the whole idea of the walks. People like you guys said, hey, well, shoes are a great thing. We give thousands of shoes. That's an amazing thing to be able to do, to be able to provide a basic need. And look at poverty and AIDS as one thing and say, hey, we can start with shoes. But this walk, you guys can choose how you want your walk to benefit a really essential cause. You can say, you know what, I'm going to make my $1 that is being given on my behalf for this walk, I'm going to put it towards a new pair of Tom's shoes. Or you can say, you know what, I want to be walking to help drill a clean water well, or I want to help walk to build a brand new school, or I want to go walk to provide the 33-cent drugs that a HIV-positive mother needs in Africa to make sure that she can get 1 month of access to drugs and not pass on HIV to her unborn child. You guys have the opportunity to say, you know what, this is how I'm going to use my walk. The walk is a symbol for each of us to say, you know what, we all have a life, we all have jobs, we all have busy schedules, we all have work. We don't have to stop doing those things to be able to do things for others. And we don't have to stop doing the regular things in this life and the average, daily activities that we have in order to help some of those struggling with the greatest challenge in our lifetime, which is the AIDS issue in the developing world and around the world. This is something that we will either face now and be a part of the solution and be part of passionately helping one person at a time, or we'll pass it on to the next generation of people. But in fact, it sounds lofty to say it, but if we decided to just challenge ourselves a little bit, like you guys are doing today, by coming out and using a simple action, like taking your shoes off and seeing how this, simple needs are things that we take for granted. If we could challenge ourselves just a little bit, we could become a generation that truly could save a whole generation of people that are struggling. And that's what this walk kind of can become, is how are we going to look at what we can do every day, large and small, as a way to make an impact. I want to say one thing about the walk today. Like we said, there's 5 things that you guys are supporting with this walk that you can decide. A couple days ago, we reached the first goal that we had set for one of the causes. The first group that we went to Africa with is a company called DocVia, okay? They're a small startup company that has a technology that helps connect doctors and patients in any part of the world using a cell phone. So you can connect, you can say, I'm trying to get an appointment with my doctor, I'm trying to keep up medical treatment, and the goal was to give at least 250 mothers access for that 1 month that they need to make sure that if they can keep drugs going, that they will not pass on HIV to their unborn children. Through the walks, this one nugget, this 250 real people, you guys, and people like you, have made sure that that's possible. Those 250 mothers will make sure that they have access because they have an inexpensive cell phone to be able to say, I'm going to keep up this medical treatment, and I'm going to save the lives of those 250 kids. So that's... There you go. These small incremental things, it's such a crazy thing to think about the challenges in Africa, think about how huge it is, but it really comes down to, okay, we've got 250 moms, potential moms, that are going to either pass on a disease that will give their kids a disease that will kill them in 3 years, or will decide to wait until afterwards and say, oh, this challenge is too big. So you guys are making actions just like that by doing your walk today. You're looking at one-to-one, you're looking at real people, and your 1 mile today is going to make an incredible difference. So you guys are amazing, and thanks for walking in the misty Providence today.
I think it's really important to say, again, I think many of you guys know this, but Taylor didn't actually remind you of this. Your walk is worth $1. We're giving $1 on behalf of every single person that's walking today. Those miles, those dollars are going to causes that you select, like the one Taylor talked about, and that is what this is about. This is not about necessarily what you're going to do tomorrow, because tomorrow you're going to decide what you're going to do tomorrow. And today you guys took action. Today you guys put your money where your mouth was, shall we say. Today you guys proved that you guys are a generation of leaders, and we appreciate that. So give yourselves a hand, guys. All right, we're going to finish this mile. We're going to wind up at Lupo's, of course, where we are playing tonight. And we will see you guys there. Come on with us.